Hello, hello, my beloved sacred masculines and anybody else who finds their way to this channel. Welcome to a little quickie with Star. So grateful for your presence and glad that you're here today. I'm just going to take a few moments to share about a really beautiful, powerful, inspiring, illuminating book that is of great importance for our upcoming pilgrimage and for anybody who's interested in learning more about Tantra, authentic Tantra, and what it really is, what it means, its philosophy. And this is especially about the goddesses, the feminine, the sacred feminine energy of our experience, of our world, of our body, mind, and soul, really. So, you know, if you've been following this channel, I'm always talking about the sacred masculine, sacred feminine energies and finding harmony and balance within. And this, to me, is what authentic Tantra is all about, like really coming within and getting clear on our sacred feminine, sacred masculine energies, healing the wounded feminine, wounded masculine, so that we can be in that gorgeous, divine, sacred union that we all truly long for. And once we have that within, then our outer world and our outer experiences starts to reflect that back to us until we do that inner work of healing, of moving through the wounding, clearing the old, unhealthy, limiting belief systems and conditioning that we've grown up in and we've inherited. Belief systems, constructs, relationship patterns, so much that we've taken on, until we move through that and get very conscious and aware of that and find new ways within ourselves. We're not going to have that without. I know I said that, I say that all the time, but I just can't emphasize this enough. It's an inner journey. Tantra is an inner journey. It's not about a bigger orgasm. It's not about how long can I last and how can I please my partner and how can I find that just that right spot in the yoni. That is not what Tantra is about. Tantra is a philosophy. It's an understanding. It's a way of living. It's a way of living. It's a way of living, seriously. And it's a way of understanding ourselves, and it's a way of working with our own energy and coming into balance and connecting with our divinity within, connecting with source, connecting with our own power, our own life force energy, Shakti. You know, the Shakti, it's our life force energy, it's our feminine energy, it's our vitality, it's our passion, it's so much. And this book here, The Transformative Power of the Goddesses of Yoga, Awakening Shakti, it is the best book, I think I said this already, about Tantra, about it's extremely digestible, very easy to understand, and explains it in layperson's terms. A lot of the tantric texts that are available are in a language that we don't really speak anymore, and a lot of them are written by men that are just really kind of, it's very logical, it's very mind-based, and it's there's a lot to sift through, and oftentimes we need an interpreter. Luckily, you know, when I was learning in the beginning, I had a teacher who was able to interpret these texts and bring them down into real life for me, so I could really like understand and digest. Just picking them up and reading them, it was just kind of like, what are we talking about? You know, how do I apply this to my daily life now? They're also very dated, you know. So I mean, it's wisdom, it's ancient truths, but it's in a language, and it's a lot of it's interpreted in a real masculine way. So bringing more of the feminine. My teacher was a woman, so she was able to bring a lot more feminine energy into the texts, and it was just so beneficial. So I've really tried to dive into a lot of tantric texts and get into different books that help me move into it more and open it up more. And yeah, it can be challenging to find a really digestible, healthy, helpful book, and this is it. And it's really, it gives a beautiful foundation of what Tantra is, and then it goes into a lot of the different goddess energies, and that's the feminine, the sacred feminine, right? So it gets into each, and the goddesses, the goddess energies are our own frequencies. They're frequencies within us. I say this all the time as well. We see them outside and we look at Goddess Lakshmi and we're just, you know, connecting with that energy, but it's our frequency, it's our energy. We see it as an external thing, so it helps us to have something to connect with so that we can strengthen it within ourselves, right? It's just a form of practice. These deities aren't, I mean, they're energies, and they're, you know, they're their own thing, but they're reflections of us. If there's something about Goddess Lakshmi or Saraswati that's attractive to us, that we're interested in, it's because that's a quality in us that we're looking to strengthen, and that we recognize, and we, you know, want to connect more fully with our own energy. So that's how that works. So this book really gets into a number of the different goddesses, and this is important because we're going to be on our pilgrimage to India in November. We're going to be going to a number of these goddess temples and connecting with these energies, and again, it's to strengthen them within ourselves, to help recognize our feminine within ourselves. And for the masculine, this is extremely important to strengthen and harmonize and balance your own inner sacred feminine energies with your masculine, to bring them into greater harmony. The masculine is just, it's been overriding the feminine. So in order to have those gorgeous, beautiful, sexy, passionate, inspiring, deep connections that you long for with the feminine, in order to do that in your external world, you need to strengthen in the internal world. If you're way out of balance and just too masculine, it's not a wonder that you're not able to connect in a really healthy, beautiful, nourishing way with the feminine in the outer. So you have to get more connected with that, strengthen your own feminine, understand what it is, understand where it's been in the wounded feminine. You know, there's just so much that we've taken on that we really need to sift through. So we're going to be going and connecting with these energies and really opening that up and really strengthening that within ourselves, and masculine energies as well, of course, right? We're going to Lord Shiva's city, and it's so much beautiful, gorgeous, sacred masculine energy, and we're going to really strengthen that within ourselves as well, and look at where have I been in like unhealthy, wounded masculine and wounded feminine. You know, where is my masculine been overriding and just taking over? Where do I need to come into balance? So really connecting with that energy in a really gorgeous way, and celebrating the masculine, celebrating the feminine, right? Not shunning and shaming any part of ourselves, and integrating the wounding, integrating the fear and pain, integrating it all, integrating the shadow, because it's gorgeous, it's a part of us, right? There's a lot of wisdom in the shadow. So not shunning and shaming that, not pretending it's not there. We can't go into, again, it's the imbalance. We can't go too much into the light and pretend there's no shadow, no dark, right? We bring it all together. We bring the sacred feminine, sacred masculine together, shadow and light together, as within, so without, as above, so below. It's all about bringing all together, unifying those dualities. There's a really gorgeous story in here, a mythology. Tantra, Hinduism is so many gorgeous stories, so many powerful stories, and the mythology is just rich. There's a really powerful story in here of, and I'm not gonna get it right, so please don't quote me. All the stories, that's not my thing. I don't memorize them very well, but in the gist of it is, Shakti and the feminine, her father was having a party, I believe, some sort of gathering, and Shiva, the masculine, her beloved, was not welcome at this party. So she, I think, immolated herself, jumped on a pile of fire in protest, and so then Shiva came and grabbed her up, took her up into the cosmos, and cut her into a bunch of pieces. I know this sounds very crazy, doesn't it? But then her pieces went all over India, and different parts of this, wherever they fell, became very sacred places. But and then I think they explain it in this book. She explains it where this is where Shakti, the feminine, withdrew from the world because there was an imbalance, there was injustice, there was some real there was greed and anger and hatred, and it wasn't conducive for her to be here anymore, so she withdrew. And so it's a really powerful story. It's a very important story, and it's very symbolic. And I know I'm not doing it justice at all. Please forgive me. It's a very important story, and really speaks to the imbalance of the masculine and the feminine, and what happens when greed and when greed is able to run amok, and we've experienced that in our world. So we are actually going to the spot where this happened, where this it's called Daksh Mandir, and it's in Kankal, India, and we will be going to this very sacred, very special site, and really like exploring how that is shown up in us, the imbalance in the masculine and the feminine, and really like feeling into this symbolism and this understanding, and how that's affected us, and then, you know, recollecting these beautiful parts of ourselves, recollecting the feminine that's been lost, reconnecting and reintegrating the masculine and the feminine, coming into balance. So again, I apologize for not doing that justice at all. I'm not the best storyteller in that sense. So, and I don't remember all the details, but it was just such a beautiful way that it's explained in this. So for those of you going on the pilgrimage, this is like a must read. It's really important because it's going to help you connect so much more fully with these gorgeous energies and frequencies within yourself. And then in India, all the temples will make so much more sense. So this is kind of like required reading, recommended, highly recommended. And for those of you who are just interested in really what Tantra is all about, and getting more into that, and a greater balance and that divine union within and without, highly recommended. Check this out. For more information on the pilgrimage, please see below. There's a full website with all of the itinerary, the purpose for all of this, the intention, and so much more. There's just so much beauty and transformation built into this, and I'm just so excited for all of us to have this gorgeous experience together and really move through a lot of the old patterns and belief systems and energies around relating and sexuality that simply are not serving us anymore. If you're ready for a whole new way of life, a whole new way of relating, a whole new way of connecting with your own sexual energy and your sensuality and your passion and your beautiful body, and with this earth and with the feminine, a whole new way of connecting with your own gorgeous masculine energies, embracing, celebrating them, right? Celebrating the masculine, celebrating the feminine. Please check out the link below. We're going to have the most exquisite, magical, sensual, sexy time there. It's just going to be amazing. So I look forward to hearing from you, and feel free to explore more of my YouTube channel for so much more of my my approach to sacred sexuality and to Tantra. Everybody's got a little bit different flavor on how they do it, right? And there is no one way. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of spirituality. We're finding our own way, what speaks to us, coming into our own hearts. We're no longer outsourcing our power into these other things. So feel into it. Feel into what is right for you. Follow that. Follow that. If it's helping to open your heart, follow that, right? It's not a one-size-fits-all. None of this is. One of my favorite poems from Rainer Marie Rilke. I always say the name wrong. God speaks to each of us as he, she makes us. Whatever the path is right for you is the path for you, right? Don't let anyone tell you differently, or tell you it's wrong, or this is right, or this is the way it is. You know, that's what's gotten us into this situation. So listen to your heart. It's all about that. So thank you again so much for being here, and check out my website for a lot more resources as well, and all my one-on-one sessions if you're ready to explore sacred sexuality further. I look forward to connecting with you. Bye all.